Hello, Dustin Thompson, Chapter Director for the Sierra Club Delaware Chapter, back again to talk about electric rates. In this video, we're going to talk about bad debt. A quick reminder about this rate case coming up before the Public Service Commission on August 19th at 6 p.m. Go to tinyurl.com/PSCAUG19 to learn more about the hearing. In this rate case, Delmarva Power is proposing to create what is called a bad debt rider. So what is that? How does it work? Why is it bad for ratepayers? First and foremost, with a bad debt rider, Delmarva Power would have even less incentive not to jack up rates because if folks can't pay, they'll just charge the rest of us in this bad debt rider. Now, the most common and easy way to understand what bad debt is for a utility is when folks get behind on their electric bills to the point they get shut off and the utility can't collect on the debt. Now, right now with this, without the rider, that debt is part of rate discussions that come before the commission, and sometimes the utilities get to include some of that in their rates. And sometimes the company, its shareholders, have to simply eat that debt. Now, Delmarva and all regulated utilities get a guaranteed rate of return, known to most of us as profit. And they get a fully captured market, meaning you can't go out and shop for who owns the poles and wires feeding power to your house. Now, part of that sort of social agreement that's been made is supposed to be that there's some inherent risk in doing your business, and you're compensated for taking on that risk by getting this guaranteed profit. So even when risks are low, they get an offset when sometimes risk is high. So with a bad debt rider, that risk goes away, but the profit guarantee doesn't. With this, DPL won't have to negotiate and likely eat some of that bad debt. They'll just have a line item on our bills that they can recover this bad debt without that process, and shareholders never have to eat that bad debt again. That means higher bills for us, less risk for them, and ultimately safer returns for their shareholders. The PSC should outright reject the proposal for a bad debt rider and require that Delmarva continue to have those discussions during the course of rate negotiations like what's happening right now. Next up, we're going to talk about these future load growth investments that they want to include in our residential rates.